Hello again and Merry Christmas. The market is dropping into December 23rd as predicted. We're seeing some weakness here, and so I think this is where the model was predicting the second bottom. I believe that the next peak will be around January 20th, and I will show you a graph that will support that. So I'll make it brief today. Just want to say Merry Christmas one more time before Christmas, and again, my handle on all my different platforms, TradingView, YouTube, and WordPress is brschultzSP500. And if you hear some hustle and bustle in the background, it's because Grandma and Grandpa are over playing with the grandkids, and my wife is wrapping presents and shaking her head at me every now and then, obviously for lame dad jokes. Thank you for following me, and let's go look at some graphs. Here's QR codes for donations or a PayPal link in the description below this video on the YouTube page. Okay, so this is what is forming in the graph right now, with the current markets. I'll zoom in a little bit more on the next graph so you can see the date. But I think it's going to be around that January 20th time frame, right around Inauguration Day. Now that the point number 5, I believe, is forming. If it changes, I will do another video for you. But you can see how point number 5 is needed. So what happens in these graphs is you need point number 1 to be a very clean touch point at the very edge of the gold wave, and you need the last point in the series to be a very clean touch point. The 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, everything in between the first and last points can kind of just be just have orange, the trend line within the orange that counts as the is keeping the trend alive, so to speak, or forming the trend, defining the trend. And then points 1 and 5, or the first point and last point, must touch very crisply and cleanly at the very edge of the wave. So that's how I draw these, if you're wondering. But you have a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so I believe that you're going to see markets peak around that January 20th time frame. Could markets be choppy in between? Certainly, yeah, they certainly could. That obviously I've been predicting that. I believe we peaked, but you know, could we retest the highs into January 20th? We certainly could. You know, it's a very volatile market. It's a very strong market, and also that would play into the markets going sideways, right, to lower into the mid-late March bottom. So that's very possible as well. You could make a slightly higher high too, right, just to keep people confused. It's possible. Sideways markets don't always mean that you keep the same peak. It can be a little bit higher, just to, you know, like I said, keep things confusing for those people that are still trying to think that it's a bull or a bear. You know, markets have a way of confusing us. You know, if they trickle a little bit higher time to time, but not like not like a super bullish move, but just grinding, right? A slight slant upwards, a slight megaphone pattern, maybe. You know, it could be, but either way, not looking for huge movement. But if point number 5 sticks and holds, then I would believe that we should see a peak around Inauguration Day 2025. And that also makes sense because markets really like political events. If you've watched markets over the years, you'll notice that every time there's a major political event, markets like to stay strong into that political event, like election day, like rallies for different candidates, things of that nature. But yeah, so that would make sense. And obviously, you might be like, wow, your model's actually picking out around Inauguration Day. That's pretty sweet. Your model seems to have some type of intelligence built into it on its own. And then yes, you take out the holidays, and if you can zoom in, you'll see it's right around the 16th, 17th in this model. And then you take out a couple holidays, and it bumps you out to the 20th or whatever. I think that's Inauguration Day. So let's zoom in a little bit. So again, if that edge of gold wave sticks right where it's at and it solidifies there, that would be point number 5, where the trajectory is bouncing off the very edge, a crisp bounce off the edge. Put you out around the 17th, 16th, 17th. Add a couple holidays, market holidays that are going to be extracted or taken out. Get you right around the 20th. So, and I think that's MLK Day as well, right? So I think you'll see markets also seem to like holidays. So they usually run up into holidays. So I think you're going to see markets peak around the 20th, 17th, 20th, around there, around MLK Day, around inauguration for the 47th president for DJT. And congrats to President Trump for winning the election and winning all the swing states. That was an amazing victory. What a comeback. Truly, all the things he had to overcome to become president, and all the things he had to go through. So, with having so many kids, I'm obviously pro-family, and pro-family policies. So I'm very thankful to have hopefully candidates in the White House that hopefully will reflect pro-family values, and that's really my hope. And I really believe that we need to have people that love the republic. It is a constitutional republic after all, and unfortunately we have not all the Republicans are true republic lovers and constitutional republic players. So a lot of them are wolves in sheepskins, but nonetheless the Lord seems to still be protecting America and allowing us to remain intact. He saved us seemingly this election. So we'll survive, it looks like, to our 250th birthday as a country, and that's quite astounding in itself. And so that truly is, I don't know, if you've loved our country all these years. I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up with the World War II generation being my example, my leaders through the 80s and 90s, and that was an amazing group of men and women who courageously fought for our country. And so I think a lot of people have seen that generation lead. In the last 20 years, Congress and the House and Senate have been extremely poor leadership across the board, from the speakers of the House to it's just sad, the last 25 years of Congress. So hopefully we're turning a new leaf, and hopefully we're having good traditional strong leadership for America and for the families of America, I hope, and good business decisions. So anyways, I am looking for markets to peak around the 20th. I know this is a little change from the January 3rd, and could there still be a peak around January 3rd? There could be. Obviously, if I see anything in the meantime, I'll let you know, but it's hard to play short into a major political event, very much so. Obviously, someone might say it's hard to play short into a major holiday like Christmas, but that's the way markets have played out this time, right? And the model was able to see that. But at the same time, the macro bust model, as everyone knows, I gave it until just before Christmas to hit its mark. And so the macro bust is pretty much, the window seems to be closing. So I would think that we would start seeing some upside or even sideways action after the pre-Christmas bust low. And so hopefully this 5 count helps you. And I'll probably post another video in the next week or so. I really, as hopefully you can tell, the confidence in my models is growing. I really feel like I really have a good sequence of models that can forecast the short term, the midterm, the weekly midterm. I really feel like the model is becoming more and more versatile, much like Michael Jordan swore that he would master his mid-range jumper. I hope that I've gotten there in my work, and that I can flip between the mid-range macro to the mid-range micro to the small micro time frames like 5 minute So this is a 5-minute chart, by the way. I didn't label it, so sorry for that. But yeah, so this is how I'm arriving at roughly my inauguration day, next macro peak for the markets. And again, markets could go up into January 3rd, and maybe they could calm down into early January. And if I do see that peak coming up for January 3rd again, obviously I'll post a video on it. I bought some longs. Gone long some shares and also some longs on options into the 20th, roughly the 17th, 20th. And then if I do feel like we're hitting a peak near the 3rd, maybe I exit all my longs and reload on the pullback or something. But again, I'll hopefully, by God's grace, post another video by then. But hopefully you and your families are having a very Merry Christmas season. I know that a few loved ones of mine have experienced loss of one of their loved ones recently due to losing a loved one due to old age. So my heart goes out to you, and for all those that have perhaps family that are in the military that are overseas, my heart goes out to you as well, and thank you for your family members serving. And yeah, hopefully you all have a Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm B.R. Schultz. Take care. So hopefully you've enjoyed my show today. Warning, this is all forecast use only. Come here. You want to read this for me? What does that say? Forecast.
Forecast.
Use.
Use only.
Only. Right. And what's this say?
Warning.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I am not
A licensed investment professional. That's Latin. So say caveat emptor. Seek professional advice prior to investing. Investing bears risk
of
financial
loss.
Very good. And so basically this is saying if you ever try to invest in stocks or anything else, you could lose money. Warning, warning, warning. And all my graphs are subject to change. And not all the results are not always the same. Yeah. Thank you for reading for me.
You're welcome.
And that's it for today. I'm B.R. Schultz. Until next time, take care.